that's the idea. I'm so sorry. Arnold was here before, and I did the exact same thing, and for some reason, I lost my lives. Hi, everybody. Even though this channel says Lasha Rajenko, whether you're looking at Lasha Rajenko, L&L Soul Sisters, High Voltage is the channel to subscribe to. However, with that being said, the reason I have my hat and glasses on is because it's starting to get really hot and I'm in a lot of pain. And I wanted to come down here because I had some really good ideas and I wanted to be completely truthful with the people that have been with me since the beginning, because I owe everybody the truth. With that being said, I don't think I have been anything but transparent. My mother thinks too transparent. Like, for instance, she would think it would be unprofessional for me to smoke marijuana or a cigarette on this because I'm trying to quit. And she's right. You know, there is such a thing as optics and behavior, and I've been nothing but myself on all three of these channels. And I can count on my finger and toes that I am so grateful that I've built strong rapport with people that have taken the time out of their lives for me and my cause. But I too take the time for them. And I'm never going to say this again. If you come across videos that you like or something that you could potentially like, always keep that in mind. People look at numbers. Sometimes when I see a channel that's 999,000 people or 5 million people, I think, I could do that. However, the one thing that I want you to take away from today, if you can take away anything, is you have to live in truth. And I want to tell you the reason I started this channel. I haven't talked about the struggles. I've been trying to get a hold of Tina from the Aftermath because she has a poetry channel and her name is Tina and it's Aftermath 88. And she's from the UK, and she's very passionate about the royals, and she has amazing content. I've been to her channel 3 times, but I've never missed a video. Does that make sense to you? So this lady's name, let me go into my YouTube, Tina, the Aftermath. Here she is. And she reads poetry. And I was listening to her on the Royal Mess. And she's so talented and she's so well spoken. And I reached out to her. I said, I'm not as polished as you are. And she has a son and she's very open about who she is. And I know that all of you know about change.org and the petition I started. The reason I started the channel was because of medical negligence. And I thought that it would take off like a rocket, because when you hit, and I'm not going to say this again, when you hit subscribe to this channel, you're contributing to something really important that might not mean anything to you, but might mean something down the line to one of your children. How would you like it if you broke your femur, which 74-year-old men can break their femur and walk in 3 months? Oh, I took the nail upstairs. How would you like it if somebody took a nail like that you would use for construction, okay, and stuck it underneath your kneecap this way and that way? Yes, that surgeon granted me a new orifice that is so painful. I get so upset because it's not just about this. Oh, I thought I lost my lighting there. Sorry. I used to have one of those light rings, but I have this for now. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because, oh, and I found this and I thought that was really cute. And so I'm going to do some change ups on the channel. Everybody that watches my channel knows this story. And like today, there was a lovely, lovely woman that comes to visit my mother, and you know my mother. And remember, before I go on to my story, I want to thank all of you. Because none of this would have happened if it wasn't like I don't know what to look at so that I'm being like if they say if you stare too much and I'm not grinning because I think it's funny. I sometimes smirk when I get nervous, but I'm also happy because I can't say which family member, but a family member helped me with the computer. I'm 52 years old. I've owned 2 homes in my life. I used to be a regional supervisor at Jenny Craig. I still am legally married, although my husband will not speak to me, and I understand why. I've been honest about a lot of things, but one of the things that I've not shared, I've talked about the walk of oath. People think I'm really strong, and I'm glad that you feel that because I'm just going to be honest. I don't like to expose things, and I'll never expose anything, but somebody sent me this. Somebody on this channel that I have never met in person. And they were tears of joy because the kindness. And it gives me hope again. This was supposed to be funny. Here, just let me snap myself out of it. I am composure. No, you know what? I just wanted to be honest with all of you. The reason that I go on about, and there's different subjects that interest me, like the Johnny Depp trial, the Amber Heard situation, the Me Too movement, women's issues, all of that. And I was trying to explain to Sarah what ADHD was like, and I never used to be like this. I used to be so pulled together, you wouldn't have believed it. And even though this was, 17 years ago, I still think it's worth looking at the past because when you look at the past, every decade, what do you learn from it? And there was something about this person sending me this, and it's tangible. And this is what I wrote just before I came on. All right. June 11th, this is dedicated to, this is my handwriting, it's tangible. I miss the old days of writing. Melody, what you said is so true. To hold and touch something tangible, it's a bust. Forget technology. As I promise, it will end. What then? And I was thinking to myself, if all we had were computers, and they will crash one day, anybody seen In the Forest? It'll happen. And we'll have to start over again for those of you who believe in reincarnation. But this whole crusade that I've been in and that I've been on, I'm just starting to wind down. And it's because of this channel. And I wrote Andrew Gold, Sean Atwood, TNT UK, The Royal Grift, The Royal News Network, never Popcorn Planet. It's too pop culture for me. But I appreciate it. I watch it. And if I watch it, I give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. I always do that. I think that's the right thing to do. Oh, and just before I got on here, speaking of poetry, I started a little bit of poetry in the front. If you go down to where the description of the hashtags in, it says there's a little sentence. And I'd love to see if somebody would continue that sentence. However, the only way I get comments is through high voltage. And I think what's happened is high voltage has grown to 474 people. And I still remember the people that I don't hear from anymore. AHR, Lamon, Saucy, Ed, Dimitri, Rainman, Venus, Town _ Looney, Moondancer, Venus, Sarah Small, not Sarah S, T.A. I haven't heard from, no, I hear from T-Bone. Yeah, so those were just some random names that I thought of that I know unsubscribed or haven't been around because they are busy living their lives. And that's what I've noticed about YouTube. But there are a handful of people, a little over a handful of people that have emailed me. And there's been many people that have emailed me about tarot cards, which I love to do that. So if you subscribe, comment, like, hell, I don't care whether you do or you don't, because whatever will happen will happen. And then all of a sudden I thought of the song, Baby, Hold On to Me. Baby, hold on to me. Whatever will be, will be. Baby, hold on to me. Whatever will be, will be. So, yeah. And I don't know, today I was just so touched. And, you know, this person even sent me cue cards so that when I present my material on the Beckhams and 9/11 and the Mediterranean and rendition and these movies that all connect, it's touching because I wanted to build this channel, and I have from the feet up, and I got that from American Hustle. I must have watched that 20 times. Sorry, I'm having marijuana. I have to. My back is killing me, and I can last maybe 5 more minutes, okay? What I wanted to be honest with you about is the pain that I live in. And my crusade about this surgeon. For those of you who don't know, I do have, I'm going to use a cue card, and I'm going to use a marker the old-fashioned way. And thanks to Trevor's Life and Legos, I now know how to edit a video, and this is live, and I'm not editing it. Now, this is how you can get a hold of me. This is my address, my email address. Now, it's backed up right now. I have to call Apple again. I'm not very good at technology, and that's why I subscribe to Trevor's Life and Legos, because he lays out how to cut a video, how to do all of that. So I'm not using cue cards, but yet at the same time, I'm old school. I just need to learn to edit in my old school. So this is my email address. Now there is another one. There is another one, and if you really want to find it, you will find it. Be patient with me. So it's, this is my lighting. This is my ring light. Wait. Is that, but anyways, it's Lisa Rajenko. Think of Rojerko, except think of Rojerko, like as in R-O jerk O, like R-O jerk O. But instead of jerk, it's jank, G-E-N-K. So I think that's much easier than explaining Royenko and that the J is silent. And yeah, Rojenko. It's Lisa Rajenko at Lisa Rajenko _ at iCloud.com. It's backed up right now, but if you go onto my shorts, you will find another one. And I love these tangible items. That is also why I buy magazines, mental health. And what I was trying to explain to Sarah and other people, I remember when I first started this channel, people would leave me comments, and they started off very mean. You know, you're not making any sense. And then there were a few people that actually took the time because they knew I wanted to do well and I wanted to get better and better at giving opinion pieces on other people. But then I started to question why I'm doing that. And then I started to go a little too inward. But now I'm going inward but outward because I'm so enjoying reaching back and forth, because the people that have emailed me, you get to know through writing and also through pictures. I love that, because then you know who you're talking to. If it's real. I've watched so many, it happened in Canada, and it was called Life's Too Short, Have an Affair, and all of this stuff was leaked out, and betrayals and distrust. People lost families, and people killed. They just killed their whole lives because they wanted something more exciting. And then this couple started to do a YouTube channel while he was involved with this email thing about having an affair. And the man was handsome. His wife was beautiful. They were Christian, Southern. They were from the States. Lovely couple. And he felt so terrible. I bet you that poor man has never done anything wrong in his life, but they're still together. But there are people that lost everything because of betrayal and lying. And I don't want to shame anybody, but I have proof. If you go on to my shorts, I can't find everything on my shorts because there's a lot of them, but like the Paula M channel, do you know that I donated $50 to her orphanage? I don't know what to look at. I know there's one person there, so do I look at one or do I look there? Or if I stare, will people think I'm lying? Or if I don't blink enough? Like, I watch too much of the behavioral panel, but TNT UK is right. I plug so many channels here, it's taken away from me. I just praise everybody to high heaven. But I forget what I was just talking about now. What I was trying to say about ADHD is it's almost though your thoughts are racing. You jump from one subject to another. But I think it's a true dysfunction of the environment in which we are in. And if you suffer trauma, your brain can shrink. And that's what I feel happened to me. because this one doctor decided, this surgeon decided not to say anything. Like, who does that? I'm not in the US. I can't sue him. The government told me that the reason I had to have 3 corrective surgeries is because I smoked marijuana. They scared me out of the hospital. Like, I don't know how many times to say it anymore. The videos are up there. My leg is up there. I am just so sick of it. And some days, the other thing he caused, and this is why I really paid attention to the Sackler family and the opioid crisis, is because the crisis that caused in my life, I cannot even write about it. I'm so lucky that I wasn't the type of person that would purchase things, but I would go through 3 or 4 nasty days a month. And I'm going to be 53 very, very, very shortly. But they say that your brain shrinks when you go through a trauma. And that's what I think happened to me. Because when I started this channel, I used to be a supervisor at Jenny Craig, and I was spectacular at what I did. And I look back and I hated myself then. And why do we do that as women? Where does this stem from? Now, that's a lot of subjects and a lot of questions, and I've overwhelmed my nervous system because it's been spewing cortisol. That's why I dance. But the pain that I'm in, and thank God, I wanted to stay on Tylenol 3. I did not want to go up to anything higher than that. And the pain that caused in my life. But in order for the pain in my leg to go away, but thank God, I did it myself, and it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. And I still take things for it. I have to. But there's new ways. I want to go to a homeopath and learn how to eat properly and bring that information to you, because if I can survive what I did, it's a very unique story. It's Canada's best kept secret. And that's why I'm walking from Beamsville, Ontario to Ottawa. I started this channel because of that reason. It's kind of morphed into something else because I was sick of being angry. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of whether, when I can't even get into the Sackler family or anything right now. But this is the poem that you might want to take it note by note. This is the poem, I cannot lie, don't worry, I'm happy. But I have outbursts of anger toward that surgeon that broke my knee. I'll show you. It pisses me right the fuck off. And the only way that I could get through, when I could able to bend my leg to it, took me 5 years to do this. And you know what that was like for me? It was like somebody taking away Celine Dion's voice, like Stiff Syndrome's person. And what he took away from me were my childbearing years. And Canada did not. They just slapped me on ODSP, right? Some stupid whatever they thought it was, not narcotica, what did they think I was? Oh, borderline personality disorder. Well, yes. That breaking my knee with I can't talk about it. So this is the poem I'm leaving with today, and we'll talk about the opiates, the pop culture, the video, the manipulation, the Netflix series, Meghan and Harry, a great book called The Kennedys and the Women They Ruined, and Andrew Gold's Psychology of Secrets, because I've kept this secret for so long. This is the end of this is my outro, which is always, that's a wrap, welcoming, respecting aspects of all people's societies. When I meditate now, that's what I say. And I feel sick about what happened to Muslims in the US after 9/11, and that's why I want everybody to watch the Multarian and Rendition. And if you watch those, we can come back and have a discussion. I'm a movie buff, and I'm also, you know what? I have so many subjects, but these cue cards and these tangible things, you can't hit somebody with the Kindle, right? Because you're afraid to hurt your electronics. Well, what's going to happen? We need people's tangible things like the old days. It's going to go back to that. Have you seen Into a Forest? July 11th of 2024. I didn't want to waste today as I did before. Before. 23 days of good, 7 days of bad, 23 days of good, 7 days of bad, 23 days of good, 7 days of bad, and on and on and on. I'm tired of playing that song. I can't even remember my feelings. And early with anything. Has everything atrophied? Has my brain atrophied? My brain. Sometimes I really think I'm insane. But I am not, and this is the truth. One day at a time, let the anger go, and there is a word in Arabic, and I do not know, but I will find out, and I will not pout, and I am not a victim. That's why I'm doing the walk of oath, and I will never take donations. I will never, ever do that. I will never have super thanks and all of that crap. No way, Jose. Google, I'll never say it again. Subscribe, like, and comment. It helps the algorithm. I'm trying to build a charity to help people so I can physically give the money. When I do a raffle, I do it live with everybody's name so they can see it. Paula M., poof! The mug never arrived. My mug never arrived. I have the correspondence on one message she sent me. It's on my shorts. I'm going to start to get mad, and I don't want to do that. Maybe I do have borderline personality from this trauma. I have changed. Like if I showed you my Jenny Craig book. It's not down here, which I'm surprised by because I was so proud of it. You know, I used to be, I'm still married legally. My husband's in Vancouver, never paid a cent. But I was the type of woman that didn't feel like, I don't know. I wish I knew then what I know now. That's why I love the movie Elegy. I think what I'm really good at is I'm really good at finding talent. I'm really good at finding good YouTube channels. So if you go on to, I think it says like, I haven't looked at my page. I don't watch myself. Like sometimes I will to see what, because I used to be such a sophisticated trader, but it was a cult. Jenny Craig was a cult. I don't care what anybody says. But my mission is to change the legislation because I don't think that the Ontario taxpayers should have paid to take me and my broken leg because of the surgeon. It cost the Ontario taxpayers $225,000. Are you kidding me? money. It landed on the taxpayers. These are rich people, and I'm so sick of it. I think that's why everybody talks about it, because there's more of us in numbers. And you know what? Sometimes numbers don't lie, but sometimes people are just, I don't want to say anything rude online. Okay, that's a wrap. Thank you for watching, you two enigmas. I appreciate it. Look, this is my real name and everything. This is who I am. And I don't play games, and I can tell who's playing poo-poo with me. Is that you? Oh, it's Saucy. Hi. It's nice to hear from you. No, I think that he should be I think he should be in jail for a year. I know it's you, Sauce. Thank God. I know Saucy not. And she has the same thing as you, but it says the same thing, not, like KNOT. I don't know why you have that name. See, and this is what I was saying at the beginning before I started. Trevor's Life in Legos, he put up this frickin' fantastic, I don't want to put it up because I'm going to get a copyright, right? Because his channel's growing. And he put up this super fantastic video where he teaches you how to edit. And I don't know how to edit videos. So today I'm waiting for my Andrew Gold book. But I was just telling everybody that somebody I just couldn't believe the kindnesses. And I think this person's around my age, and they wanted me to have something tangible. And I wrote a poem to that person. I don't know if you caught it, but I just put dedicated to what you said is so true. To hold and touch something tangible is a bust. Forget technology, as I promise. If it ends, what then? You're not getting his notifications? I don't keep notifications on because my phone would be dinging all the time. It doesn't ding as much as it used to at all because I put out a Facebook message and or a video and a Instagram video for men to stop calling me about dating. It was driving me crazy. I'm serious. It was so weird. Men and women, which is weird. Like, not weird, just new to me. I have no issue with what anybody does. I mean, I think it was almost, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that, Saucy. I was talking about mental health and how I have to focus one topic at a time. And I've been on here for half an hour and I was talking about like the pain and all of that, but like I'm a survivor, all this same old. But what I've started to do is I have different topics that I want to talk about. But what I realized is I get ahead of myself and then I put pressure on myself. And then I end up procrastinating because I feel bad that I didn't put the content out that I was supposed to. It's the stupidest thing that I do to myself. But I want to talk about like living in truth. I wanted to be honest with all of you guys. Like I was, you can watch it from the beginning. I don't want to repeat it all over again. But for instance, like The Exorcism of Annalise Michael, I never used to read it all. And it's taking me, and thank you for that. And that's what I appreciate about this channel. That's what blows me away. Because I put up dancing and singing and fun things, and I love doing that. But one of the things I get frustrated with myself is I used to be a regional supervisor and trainer. And there were 5,000 clients, 220 employees. And it was back in the day. I mean, you drove place to place. I knew these women inside and out and backwards. And when I was laid off, they laid off 28 regionals. It was like you never existed again, like a cult. And I didn't even realize that until now. So anyway, Sauce, my back is killing me, and I just took a proper medication and 2 Tylenol, and I'm gonna go like have a nappy nap because I'm really tired, and I need to settle the cortisone. I've been watching a lot of CEO of a Diary, a lot of interviews with doctors that talk about women and menopause and what happened to people's brains during COVID and all of that. I got COVID, and it blew. And like, I'm not saying this because lots of people got it and died, right? Yeah. And it's just like my body, you can tell by you know me by now, eh? I love you, as a human being. So that's a wrap, right? Respecting, welcoming, respecting aspects of all people's societies, eh? And you be you too, even though I don't know what you look like or anything. I'm taking the faith that I'm not talking to AI here. All right, sweetheart, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.